As the author of a nonfiction book, it's pretty easy to make changes and revisions and updates, but how often do you really need to do it? There's no correct answer to that question. It's really a judgment call, but I do have some tips to help you with the decision-making process. Hi there, Jodi Brandon here of Jodi Brandon Editorial. I work with creative entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, bloggers, and small business owners who want to use a book as a marketing tool to grow their business. And today we're talking about revised editions, updated editions. It's so easy today to update your book, especially if it's an ebook on Amazon. You just go in, update the file, upload the new edition, good to go. But with print books, it's a little bit different because a lot of times you are going to have to pay to get the new edition uploaded and all of that. So you don't want to do it every time you find maybe a small typo or you want to change the name of somebody that you're using as an example in the book or update a case study, something like that. You don't want to go overboard with that. What I suggest my clients do is keep a dumping ground of information somewhere. For me, it's a Trello board. I know some of my clients, it's a document in Google Drive. Some people use Evernote. Whatever it is, they just have a place where, found a typo on page 49 that you missed, your editor missed, your copy editor missed, put up in your spot on your list. If you want to change a review out, if you have maybe a page of reviews at the very front of the book, and you've got a great new endorsement, and you want to swap one out and put that into your document, it goes. And then you just sort of keep track in that tickler file, and when it seems like there's quite a few things in there, and what quite a few things are is different for everybody, then you decide, okay, it's time. I'm going to update the book and call it a second edition, or new updated edition, whatever. So sometimes something will happen in your industry that will make the decision super easy for you. And I'll use myself as an example because it's happening to me right now. So my book is called Write, Publish, Market, and it's teaching people just like you, creative entrepreneurs and small business owners and bloggers, how to write their book, publish their book, market their book to use as a tool for their business. And obviously there's a huge section in my book on Amazon because, as we all know, Amazon is a big player in the self-publishing world, which is what most of my clients' plans do, self-publish versus traditional publishing. And so there used to be two separate arms for a paperback book and an ebook. So CreateSpace was Amazon's sort of publishing imprint for paperback books. And then ebooks were handled through KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. Well, CreateSpace is going away. I've heard it described as a merger. I've heard it described as, it's just going away, being folded into KDP. That terminology doesn't matter. The point is, there's going to be no more CreateSpace. So for me to have a whole section in my book in the publishing section on CreateSpace makes no sense. So for me, that is a good signal that it's time to make a revision. It's time to do an update and do a revised edition of Write, Publish, Market. So now sometimes it's not going to be that easy to decide. That was an easy example, sort of presented in front of me. I didn't really have to make a decision. And what you want to keep in mind is, especially if you didn't do your own book interior, to have a revision now, you're going to have to pay for that service again. If you are using a company that distributes your book and you have to pay to give them pay for an uploading file, you're gonna have to pay that again. So that's why I suggest keeping that tickler file and deciding, okay, I've got 15 small things now, and in my mind that equals one big thing. So, okay, I'm ready to go ahead and do it. Now you could update your book every 3 months if you wanted to. That's overkill in my opinion. For most of my clients, it ends up being maybe every 18 months, maybe every year if, like I was talking about with my example with Amazon, something big happens. And it's not the end of the world if you don't get to it right away. So I just found out about this Amazon news. My plans are set for the next couple of months, so I'm not going to shift everything around and redo it right this second. But it's on my list now of things that need to sort of take priority in the upcoming months and get that out there, because it's not fair, it's not serving my readers to have information out there that's not accurate, and it's not helping them do what I say my book is going to do. So that's really, for me, that's the key, is the new information going to serve your readers? And if it is, then okay, that tilts the scales towards yes, versus, well, you know, I just found a better way that I'd like to say that sentence. That is something that you absolutely change in an update, but that's not something that's going to be pressing because your readers probably don't even, you know, they have no idea that you want to say that a different way, or you like this word better now, or whatever the case may be. So I wish that I had a, you know, a little checkbox that I could give you, you know, if this is the situation, yes, time to update. If this is the situation, no, you're good, hang on tight. But it really is a judgment call. But I hope that these tips in this video have helped you sort of walk you through how you can make the decision process a little bit easier when it is time to create a new edition. So if you have any questions, specific questions, let me know in the comments below. I would be happy to answer them. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.